Welcome to Diddly Squat Farm. We've somehow ended up somewhere completely different. Morning, buddy.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a bit cooler here.
It is a bit. I see you got your coat on over there.
Yeah, and my nice hat.
Yeah. If you happen to follow Mr. Clarkson on social media, you will see that he's currently stuck in Botswana filming. I've forgotten the name of the program that he makes. That's not Clarkson's Farm.
Grand Tour.
Filming the Grand Tour, or actually their flights have been cancelled by BA. So we've been shipped in from Nebraska to take over for a bit.
We have, rather opportunely.
Indeed.
It wasn't me that phoned BA at all.
Good work,
and
sir.
cancelled their flights. So yes,
good work. So yeah.
The other thing I guess we should say is a massive thank you to FS Landscaping for early access for us both.
Definitely, yes, that is hugely appreciated.
To play on what is fantastic representation.
It's brilliant
of the farm.
Clearly, you can tell where we are. We're in the office.
We are.
This blew me away when I walked in here. We've got the garden outside with the table where many scenes were filmed.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork done there.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork. You can see a little hint through the gap there of the Lamborghini and the Audi Q8.
Get through. There we go.
There we go. A couple of nice cars that have been left behind. I think he's done a brilliant job. You know, the entranceway feels exactly the same.
Yep.
There's a familiar looking tractor down there.
It is. It's the scene when he's trying to get the tractor in there, and Lisa sort of walks by and goes, I can't remember exactly what it is. Shakes her head.
She just shakes her head and walks in the door there. For those that are interested, tractors do fit in here. I have driven the Case Puma that I've got into the shed. They do fit. We've got some cows.
We do.
Got some cows. I was really pleased seeing this lump of dirt, which is where Jeremy hid Caleb's pickup truck. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
That he's included that. So we've got the big grain shed, which has got most of our kit in it at the moment.
Yeah. We have doubled up, haven't we?
Yeah. It's probably worth saying that this is a very early version of the map still, so things could change. I'm not sure where it is in terms of submission and stuff. There are a couple of productions that are in the farm at the moment as delivered. I've taken them out because we didn't want to particularly use them. There's a grape juice one and there's a bakery that we've taken out for now. But I might add them back in later on, but for now we've taken them out. There's a greenhouse that's included just behind here. And there's a whole load of other stuff that as you go round, you will recognise as we go round. That will show off as we go through, I think.
Yes, I think that is the plan. I think we don't want to give it all away in one go.
So we've got... Should we flash the map up and just show how much land Mr. Clarkson has left us?
Yes, sure.
It's quite a lot. So we own the map boundary just for ease of doing stuff, and then we've got all these fields kind of in the middle here that are attached to the farm. The farm shop is up in the middle of the map up here, and we've got this random field up at the top of the map as well. So quite a lot of land, and a lot of it is not planted. So we have a lot of tractoring to do.
We do have a lot of tractoring to do. I think we said, didn't we, that workers-wise, we were going to keep it to a minimum.
Yes.
But obviously, there's Caleb.
Yep. Yep, he'll be making
Gerald if we need him, and
yep,
Jesus.
Yep,
as and when required.
We're going to try and minimise using things like course play and auto drive and stuff. And we're actually going to try and do a lot of the work ourselves.
Yes.
Unless we get desperate. So that's why we've doubled up on a lot of the kit, so we can get through things much quicker. And are we just going to go crack on?
I think we should.
We've got some big old fields to get cultivated.
We have indeed.
And I think I know where the entrance is to this field, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Thanks. So we have got a couple of sheep pens that we own. Plenty of, I think we've got a decent amount of grassland as well, so we can make feed for the animals. We are running Maize Plus and precision farming. I suspect
enhanced animals we are, aren't we?
Yeah. Yep, we're running that as well. I suspect some of the things that we do might not end up with optimal precision farming initially.
No. I think, but yeah, I don't think we're too fussed about that, are we? Overly.
No.
Right, I need to bring my hood back.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's about as much as I can do without the HUD.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, there. That's where we're going.
Yeah. Field 11, that's what we were going to do, wasn't it?
You are right.
Headland first?
No.
Oh, you want to be proper, don't you?
Oh.
So, I just start randomly in a spot then?
I think so, yeah. Are you...
So if I set up, I'm on not the core. What? For some reason, I've lost the ability to or I've forgotten the key to reset VCA.
Alt W.
Fracturing's hard, it would appear.
Yeah, you've done a good impression of somebody struggling.
I know, it's almost like I don't know what I'm doing. Can I blame it on the fact that I've been playing on PlayStation 4 for the last day?
I suppose so.
Therefore, have not had the luxury of things like vehicle control add-on.
I need to inactive.
You also need to move over a fair bit.
That's okay. So a little bit of overlap.
I'm going to go this way.
You're doing a lovely job.
It's naturally overlapped. Realism is key. Realism is key. It's actually, the field felt like it was going to be huge, but it doesn't feel that big with two of us in here.
No, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Yes, we have a lot of field work to do.
We do. Yeah, and I think that's why we sort of started how we started, wasn't it? Because he was having to cultivate so many hundreds of acres. So that is what we've done. Because the drills that we've got are not direct drills.
They are not. No, so as I said, we're not going to get brilliant precision farming, which is kind of weird because the Clayton drill that he was using is a direct drill.
Yeah.
So maybe we make them direct drills, because I know someone's done a tutorial on that.
Yeah, that's true.
So what we've gone for is something that looks a bit like a Clayton drill.
We have, yes. We've matched as best we can.
Yes, rather than something that's got the functionality of it. So maybe we do fettle those so they can direct drill.
Yes, that's fair.
And interestingly, although he was running a direct drill, he did a lot of cultivating beforehand.
He did, and whether that's I don't know, an element
TV
of
thing.
TV, yeah.
Could
and
be,
learning, I suppose.
Yeah, could be. It could be a mixture. Could be that they wanted to that the fields needed cultivating before they direct drilled them. I don't know. I can't imagine that Caleb and Charlie would have let him just go cultivate for fun.
No. I would imagine
how
there's
much
logic there.
No. they had so much field work to get done that there's no way they would have let him waste time.
It seems an age since the first series. Well, and the second one now, but
it does.
I don't think he thought it was going to be such a hit.
Oh, I'm amazed. And look, farming TV is very popular.
Yeah.
You've only got to look at, you know, Channel 4, Channel 5 that do all the on-the-farm stuff. Where they do the lives from Cannon Hall Farm.
Yep.
And that's like prime time TV. So I think if you add in the entertainment of Clarkson, there's no way they could have predicted how much of a hit Caleb would be.
No.
I don't think. He's, you know, done so well out of that, I think.
I would imagine it's come as a bit of a shock to him, I suppose.
Maybe. And he seems still, based on what I see of him on the internet, he seems still to be a very down-to-earth guy.
He does, yeah.
You know, he's still running his farming contracting business.
Yeah.
He could probably be making a living out of the fact that he's on Clarkson's farm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But chooses to stick to his guns, I suppose you'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and working hard. I guess that's what got him where he was, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that it ages particularly. I mean, I've rewatched both series so many times.
Yeah.
They're brilliant, you know. It's a crappy, rainy Sunday. Don't feel like doing anything. Just bung it on in the background.
Yeah. Easy watching, isn't it?
While you're doing something else.
Yeah.
I'll go and start on the other side of the field.
Cool. I can just see the first little, I guess, element of the... Well, it's the chickens, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Squire.
It's okay. I've spotted what kind of tractor you're in. I probably need to leave you loads of room.
Get out of it. I ain't that bad.
So yeah, actually it's a really nicely done little chicken setup over there that again really feels...
I think it's all because it's fenced in, the bright colours. So yeah, it's very good.
There's loads of nice little features in how he's done things. So and it's only the second map.
Yes. Yeah.
I think him and Farms in Briscoe kind of feel like a new generation of map makers to me.
Yeah, you've got the old guard, and then you've got the up and coming stars, and I think you know, haven't played Allen Road.
No, I didn't.
But I think anything that people have seen in real life, you know, like, and I think you've done the Calmsden drive, and so have I. I think once you see stuff like that, whether it be on YouTube or in real life, it does, I don't know, makes it feel more familiar and therefore more enjoyable.
Yeah, I've been to the Balham Road Farm shop. I didn't get to see anyone. Annoyingly, my family got to see the Ginger Warrior while I was in the shop.
Oh.
He came out and got in a car and drove off. And so from watching Tom Pemberton on YouTube, it felt very familiar. And then I got one of the development versions of Balham Road just to have a look around it, and it felt really good. It had the start of the new dairy in it and stuff, and it just felt really cool the way he'd built all of that. That's one thing he's building assets for maps, which is really nice.
And I think that's what's good about this one is that it encompasses everything so far. Well, I say everything, most of the things so far, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Because, like, you know, got the cow shed. I won't say yet, but the sheep are different, or the shed part is different.
We'll see some of the other bits in a little while, as soon as we get this field done.
Which is not going to be long, the rate we're going.
No. I'm glad we didn't go for Clarkson's 3-metre cultivators.
Yeah, and I guess that's the same with us, isn't it? We've tried to... Some of the kit is, you know, like the sprayer, I think the Bertude sprayer. He's got that. He buys that from the farm sale. But yeah, we've gone for the upgraded cultivators, and we both did need front weights. We weren't quite wheeling.
Yes.
But
we don't have all of the mods we need installed yet, and so we're running this on a... Rather than stressing one of our computers out, we've got this on a dedicated server. And at the moment there's a bug with Giant's side of servers in that they take quite a while to actually run properly.
Yeah.
So you need to start it and then leave it for a few hours, and so we can't quickly add in mods. So having really battled, was it Tuesday night? We were trying to do some setup.
Yes.
And, we could see the server, but neither of us could join it.
Yeah, it was frustrating. It was tantalisingly close.
Yeah.
And in the end, it was just...
I
ran a local copy for a little bit to have a reach around, but
I'd been using it during the day to do some stuff, and then couldn't access it once I took it offline to add mods. And I emailed G-Portal, and they said, yeah, it's a Giant's problem. We know about it. It's been posted about on the... I never go on the FarmSim forums. Apparently, it's on the FarmSim forums. So.
Okay. No, I don't tend to read.
No, and I joined them and got banned after my first post. And
that's good going.
Didn't really go back.
No. We won't go there.
I got banned for spam because I posted a link to one of my videos in a thread where you could post videos.
Oh, well, that's just dandy, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I got unbanned, but it was a bit...
No, if you don't want me here, I'm not coming back. Yeah,
don't you know who I am?
Because if you do, tell me, because I haven't got a clue either.
Yeah. Oh, I had a brilliant comment on the preview video I did for the new map.
Yeah.
Of the premium edition. And it was quite a clickbaity title of map preview or something like that. And the only reason I used that is that's what Giants had called the press release. But I did have someone say, oh wow, I thought Giants had given you the map early. Like, no, I don't even qualify to get it the weekend before.
You must be up there though, because you started...
No, not at all.
Oh, I thought you were... But you do... Oh, what did you do? The Oxbow stuff?
Yes, I qualify for the press releases. So the day before they send out press release information, I get those. I do not get the actual access. I'm a long way from that. That's based on, I assume the one that I get is based on a revenue threshold, but it must be incredibly low.
Right, okay.
To get bronze partner to have early access is a lot more. So people use code disturbed.
Yeah. Definitely do.
Yeah. Or if I win the lottery, I just go and spend like $1.5 grand on FarmSim stuff.
Does it count for merch as well, or is it just like in-game DLCs and stuff?
I think it's just in-game. I think it's just DLCs and stuff. I don't know though. I don't know whether you can use it for the merch stuff that they do. I've not looked in that much detail. I sort of care, but I really don't.
I guess it's one of those things that it'll come when it comes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very nonchalant, but
yeah, it's how I've done everything else. It'll happen when it happens. So
yeah, I'm aligned with that.
Yeah, and I'm very, very close now to, and a couple of months earlier than I expected, to the 5,000 subscriber goal.
You are, yes.
So I'm just having a quick refresh of my phone. So I am 33 away.
Wowzers.
Which is crazy.
That's tantalisingly close.
But equally, I don't know if you are aware of Mighty Mike Farms.
He's
American.
Yeah. Is he just?
It's just at 10,000.
Yeah.
And he hit 1,000 a little while before me. So
yeah.
He's done the magic recipe. He's done role plays.
Yeah.
And we were talking about trying to do some of it, and we just can't. we just can't.
I think the limit of ours is the Clarkson's stuck in Botswana.
Yeah, the intro we did.
It is, and I've said it to you before. You know, you can spin a story, and you can make up an excuse for something going wrong or the way you're doing something, and spin it as a story. Like, I'm not going that close to the edge of the field because I don't want to kill the birds with the herbicide. Yeah.
I'm going to start running the headland if you want to run up that last.
Okay, mate, sound. But as for characters and voices, and I couldn't do it. I'd be laughing, and I've said that before as well. Take my hat off to people like Scroft and Daggerwin and others that do it, because I just couldn't. I would be laughing.
Yeah, it's just not in my comfort zone, and also just not something I particularly enjoy from the other side.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I've said that loads of times. And if any of the people that make them, that watch, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and I think that's fair enough, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Some of them I like, others not so much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think, I don't know. Yeah, it's personal preference, isn't it?
It is.
End of the day.
Clearly, people enjoy watching them. I assume the people that make them enjoy making them. They're just not my cup of tea. And you know, I prefer coffee. That's just how it is. You know, and there are probably people that think the kind of videos that we make are really boring because we just play farm sim and talk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not for everyone, and that's fine. You know. Oh no, we might have lost them already by now, but we're probably both going to get the new series Spike.
You'd hope so.
Particularly being on Diddly Squat, or it's called Chipping. The map's called Chipping Norton, but let's be honest, it's Diddly Squat.
It is.
I suspect that's probably due to copyright.
I would, yes.
I would imagine that Diddly Squat is copyrighted.
Yeah.
So, I expect that will give us a nice spike in views until people get bored of how we play.
Yeah.
Because we plan to play how we like to play. You know?
Yes.
We did the Nebraska series where we were doing some big farming and doing something a bit different, but we both said, you know, a little while before the end, that next time we'd probably do something more like we usually do.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the timing actually worked out really well, that FS Landscaping is pretty much done with this map, and was willing to share a copy with us.
Yeah. No, it did. So, it came together well, didn't it? And I think it was probably even a little bit quicker than we both anticipated. That's what she said. But yes, and I mean, when I got my hands on it eventually, just mooching around, and you think, wow, because I've been to the shop, and done all that malarkey, and you think he's done a brilliant job.
He has.
Do you know?
He really has.
And you just spot little bits, and you'd mentioned something, and we'll get to it probably a few episodes away, and it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
and it is wow, because watch the series, been to the actual shop, and you think he's nailed it. He really has.
Yeah, I said it's only a second map, and I think Balam Road got slated a little bit early on, unjustly, I think. You've got to expect with people that are learning to map that it's not going to look like a super polished Oxygen David map.
No.
But I think both FS Landscaping and like Farms in Briscoe, their maps are getting better each time.
Yeah.
It's like I just need to work out which way we're going, because we're not actually that far from our next field. So I think maybe the first few maps aren't perfect, and FS Farms in Briscoe's had obviously massive issues with the release of Saxthorpe on console.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever got that resolved with Giants.
So no, you're right. It probably hasn't actually. But I play. Yeah, still playing the Oaks. And all right, there's a few bits where it gets a bit laggy, but
it's a 4x map.
It's a 4x map
with all the trees.
With all the trees that you could possibly want. And it's his first map. And I was saying to somebody commented earlier on a video, and I said, how thinking about starting on the Oaks, and I says it's one of those maps that you can pick up and leave because it's so big. You can just sort of, you almost forget where you've been almost.
It's a bit busy down here, mate.
It's it. Oh, yes, it is.
We're busy.
So it's worth saying, actually, that, and did you know or did you not know that what the traffic does? So we were, you'll have seen the thumbnail, and we'd positioned everything really nicely, and we're just trying to move the time forward to brighten up the day, and these cars appeared. So it's a time sensitive thing. Right, they don't have collisions, which is probably good. But
as the day goes on, it gets busy, and as if you've ever been to the farm shop or tried to drive past it, it's like this, but more. That whole verge is full of cars as it goes down towards the village. We've got the shop.
Oh yeah. Very good. And this is what I mean. It's just, all right. He's made do with what's available, but it still looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Are we going to run down to the? Got round the back as well, haven't we? This I don't think this bit was here when I went.
See, I've sat about here or here, having
That's
a burger.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
And having a burger, eating a Scotch egg from the shop, and having a pint of Hawkston.
That's pretty nuts, isn't it?
It's cool, isn't it? Really.
Right. We've got the little burger van. We're gonna leg it down to the
ratio. This is Le Restaurant.
We'll get there in a moment. And when I saw that he'd put this in, I thought this was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it was such
Charlie,
a
hurry up.
big part of season 2.
It was, yeah, it was. That and all the different planning malarkeys for the car park.
I just
and
think
that lot.
it's really cool.
It is. It's epic.
You've got the little kitchen bit. It's I just think he's like I say, it's not perfect.
No,
but he's really captured the feel. Afternoon, morning. I should mention before we go, we should go show people the store later once we finish the field work.
Yeah, good shout.
I was up at the store picking something up, and someone walked past me, and I thought it was Cartech. I got very confused.
Doesn't take a lot, does it?
There's quite a lot of people on the map, which is really good because
it doesn't. Yeah, and it feels about right, doesn't it? Do you know?
Yeah, it's an area where there are a lot of people walking. It's a tourist area.
Yeah.
In the real world, an
area of outstanding natural beauty.
Indeed. But we're going to get field 30 cultivated as well, and then I think we nip up and have a quick look at the store.
Yeah.
And probably call it a video at that point, I think.
I would think that that's not a bad idea.
So, because I'm lazy, I'm going to take the little side.
Okay.
And following on from the tradition of Nebraska, you can do all the work.
Well, yeah, I suppose that is about right, to be fair.
I'm good.
Sounds like a plan. There we go.
One of the bits that I like about this is why I use Courseplay a lot. Having multiple vehicles working in fields, or where you can see them, I just think makes the game so much better.
It does, and I think, we won't always be doing exactly the same job.
No.
I think, we'll get some of the seeding started, and one of us might do that, one of us might do the rolling.
Yeah, we've got the animals to look after. Once we get to the point that we're thinking about food production and feeding and stuff, one of us might be off mixing food, one of the other one's doing field work.
Yep.
It's going to be a bit more varied, I think, than on Nebraska, where we always worked together and did the same jobs together.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually looked, but I assume, there are contracts on here as well. So.
Oh, okay.
You can feed your addiction.
I think if we end up having enough time.
That's very true.
Then we're doing something wrong. Because I think one of the aims is to... Alright, we've got a lot of land at the minute. But one of the aims is to eventually own... I'm not going to say...
all of the land.
Yeah, all of the fields, yeah.
Yeah.
There
are some bits that we're probably not so worried about owning on the map. But we would like to try and farm all of the map.
It would be good.
And that probably means we're going to have quite a lot of animals, because there's only, I think there's one cow pen, there's a pig pen, I believe.
Yeah.
I think anyway, I'm not certain on the pigs, and there's lots of sheep pastures.
Yes.
So we're probably going to have lots of sheeps.
Yeah. And if you follow him, or if you follow Diddly Squat, they do have pigs as well now, so maybe we could be into season 3.
Oh,
that's a while off, isn't it? Is that like Feb next year?
Yeah, I was going to say next year. I'm really pleased as well that they've signed up. Well, they're about to sign up for season 4.
Yes.
Probably grumpy old man view, but the whole cancel culture thing, because he said something a bunch of people didn't like, really winds me up.
It's just daft, isn't it? Yeah.
Really winds me up.
Fancy having an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he said something quite offensive about someone quite famous, but if you employ Jeremy Clarkson, what do you expect?
Yeah. Have you ever watched Top Gear? Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen his history of the newspaper articles he writes?
Yeah. I mean, they nearly got killed in America, didn't they?
Yeah.
And various other places. They're banned from Mexico.
Going to Argentina and having number plates that say Falklands on them.
Oh dear.
If you expect anything other than controversy when you hire him, you are being dumb.
Yeah, you're very, very naive.
But, you know, Amazon must be making a killing off of him between Clarkson's Farm and Grand Tour with Hammond and May. You know.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, you know, I bet that phone call after it all ended with Top Gear, I bet that phone call was minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes.
And I've never watched Top Gear since they sacked the proper team.
Yeah.
I've never watched it with the new team.
Yeah. I watched a bit. I didn't like the Chris Evans era. Matt LeBlanc was alright in bits. But yeah, I mean, well, whether he'll ever go back, but old Freddie Flintoff was just, guy's a machine.
I don't remember who was saying it, but I'd read somewhere, and it might have been the current the original Top Gear team. They said that it might not have been. It might have been someone with more sort of technical understanding and skill. That the current presenters don't have the driving ability to do what they're trying to do, and that's why he got hurt. Yeah,
quite possibly. Yeah. I mean, I can't remember now when it's sort of rebranded, you know, like, and Clarkson and May, because it used to be like your Tiffany Dell and
but
Clarkson,
it disappeared for a long time, didn't it?
Quentin Wilson.
Quentin Wilson. Yeah.
No. Is it?
It went off. Yeah, it was. It went off the air for a very long time, didn't it?
Yeah.
When it was the car review show that was old Top Gear.
Yeah.
And then they brought it back, I think, quite a long time later, as like the current entertainment show.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think it was probably, I was a teenager-ish when old Top Gear existed. And I was an adult when new Top Gear was created. I think I had a job when new Top Gear was created.
I'm glad you said adult and not grown up.
Yes, adult.
You were very careful with your words then.
Yes, yeah. Grown up is relative.
Yeah.
I'm sitting driving a virtual tractor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Can't be grown up.
You know what? So much of life forces you to be a grown up and do proper grown up stuff that sometimes you need to not be.
Yeah, it's a good escape.
Yeah. And Farm Sim is a great escape from reality, I think. In fact, most of the video games that I play, I think, are really good for helping your brain switch off.
Yeah.
You know, but we both really enjoy ploughing because it becomes almost meditative, I think.
Yeah. It's just things like, I think it was the Oaks. I was bailing, and it was quite a couple of long runs, and with the drone of the tractor, the baler going, I was just sat there and my eyes were going. It's like, it's just sending me to sleep.
I've had that.
Never mind the content.
Yeah, it says a lot about your videos.
Yeah, thanks for that.
It does it to me as well, every time.
You're not the first to say that.
I've had it with combining stuff, and I've woken up right at the end of the field and had to recover the combine.
Yeah. It's all right when you're ploughing and not creating fields. I think we've said this before.
Yeah. That's not good. You want to be awake for that one.
Yeah.
I had it on. I think the one I remember most recently is towards the end of Greenlands. I was mowing.
Yeah.
And there are no hedge collisions.
Oh dear. Yeah.
And I woke up as I was going through the hedge.
Yeah. It's easily done. Easily done.
Yeah. Again, it reflects reality. I'm sure these farmers who are, the wrong end of their 20-hour day in a tractor seat have had the head rocking backwards and forwards. And
oh, yes.
I'm sure that's why the GPS has a beep.
Yeah, headland mode is needed. Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't quite do that right. Oh, well. You
finished
yet?
Oh, well. No, I haven't finished yet. I didn't do that quite right. Oh, well, that doesn't sound very
I just didn't quite
professional.
plan my path towards the end of the headland properly.
Well,
there we go. I guess I'll come and help.
I'm getting through it.
Yeah, you did
these pesky 3-point turns.
Yeah. You should avoid that. You should do swooping turns instead.
Skip rows.
Yep. Yeah. Swooping turns. They're the way ahead to do farming faster.
Yeah.
That looks about right. For about leaving a headland. What heading are you on?
What? 225.
Perfect.
We're tractoring.
We are tractoring. I still like having the farm shop and stuff in the background. I think it's so good.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is like you said, with a place that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
I've driven past all of Clarkson's farm. We didn't stop at the shop because it was busy and not very convenient for us. I think we had 4 dogs in the back of the car at that point.
Yeah.
At least 2 anyway, so it wasn't particularly convenient. So we drove around the area, seen it all on TV, and it just like the traffic on the road is a brilliant touch.
It is, and that's just another one. When it popped up, I was like, what's going on? But yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is good.
I'd seen him post about it somewhere, and I had skipped some time up at the shop, so I sort of knew what would happen, but I'd been looking at the shop. So when you said about them appearing on the road, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I think.
And yes, we are both fanboying over the map and the TV program. Deal with it. But
it's all the stone walling and just think, no, he's done a great job.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I do love the restaurant. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. I was when my brain was still in how can we recreate as much of the show as possible, I was like, I wish we had old course play, because we could have a tractor running on a loop with a trailer on the back, like they used to deliver people to the restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many ways that you could tackle this. Do you know, like, we've done a nod. Like, it's not even a nod, it's a sideways glance to
a tribute
to the TV
Clarkson's
show.
Farm. Yeah, it's not Clarkson's Farm, it's just a tribute.
Yeah. But when it comes out, I think it's going to be a very, very popular map.
I do as well. There are other farms as well. There are 2 or 3 other farms on the map. Some nice little farms. So if you want to do like a smaller start, There are a couple of nice little farms on the map. There are some custom productions built into the map, which we'll get to eventually and show you. It has a lot of possibilities, I think.
It does, and I think that's what's quite cool about it as well, is the fact that you can either use it as it's intended, just as an FS22 map, or you can go deep dive, role play, realism to,
and I think
how it should be.
That I'm not sure if it's the Lambo that you're in, but one of the Lambos on Mod Hub is part of, if you have it installed, it's part of the default starting equipment.
Oh, I caught part of Mr. Farquhar's stream the other night, excuse me, and FS Landscaping was on there, and he did say that exact, and I can't remember which one. It might be this one.
I think it is, because I think the other one is the wrong model that's on Mod Hub. I think that's the only R that's on Mod Hub.
Because his is an R8, but
yes,
all we've got is an R6. But still, close enough for what we're attempting to do.
Yes. Good. Oh, wow. I'm more impressed that somehow I've managed to line up my VCA course.
Skills.
Perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, so you could start on Clarkson's or on Diddly Squat Farm with the right kit. You could start on one of the other little farms around the map. I actually, if it wasn't Diddly Squat Farm, I would have probably started on one of the small farms with how I tend to start playing.
Yeah.
And probably if we weren't doing this kind of multiplayer series, I would have probably started on one of those.
Yeah.
But it's,
I think I don't know what I'd have done actually. I'd have probably gone all fanboy and
not
probably do the way we're doing it, to be fair.
Yeah. Obviously we've added a lot of kit, and it's kind of, although I've done a few starts like that, it's generally not how I like to start. I like to start fairly small and build up.
Yeah. I think I think we if things had been different with the server, we may well have done that, I think, but I think we've got the 149 grand. I don't know why that's dropped. We did have 150.
We did. Check that none of the productions are running.
Oh, there'll be is it water for the coos?
It could be. Good point.
Well, that was daily though. Oh, what are you? It had to happen, didn't it?
It did.
What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought now. Money wise, I think because obviously this is an Amazon show.
Yep.
Should we need anything, then we just have to ring and ask.
Obviously, with our influence, we will be able to get demos of kit that we need.
Yes. Yeah.
And we can always talk to some of the local farmers to borrow equipment.
We can. A little bit of a lumpy bit there, but I'm not going to worry about that. And
wow, you've changed. And we will be getting paid by Amazon occasionally.
Yes.
So, there's always the checks from Amazon to help out.
Keep us afloat.
Yes.
Keep you in the manner that you are accustomed to.
The expression Cartech Rich doesn't exist because of how I run games.
Yeah. Although my Lamborghini is significantly faster than your Audi.
Yes, that is true. That I have not altered them as I did last time.
You sent me a picture, didn't you, on Discord? And I was like, oh, yes,
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah.
May have had a little bit of a razz around in it.
The first two things that the farm owned were a Lamborghini and an Audi Q8. To be fair, we could sell both of those and be able to actually buy useful things if we need to.
We could. It's not like they're worth 900 quid and more gold nuggets, is it?
No. Shots fired, sir. Shots fired.
Are we done?
We are.
Look at that. Synchronised folding.
I think that was a outstanding power of work.
It was. Now we need to just navigate out of here without running anybody over.
Yep.
Don't want that lawsuit.
No. Hazards on.
Oh wow. Hazards. Beacons. Which way to the left and then right?
I believe the farm is to the right. I don't know where you're off to.
You want to go to the shop, don't you?
Oh yes. Good point. Good point well made. Good point well made.
And the traffic goes at a reasonable speed. And he's got signposts that say where we've got to go.
Excellent. Hopefully none of the locals will complain about our tractors being on the road and going too slowly.
Fair point, yeah. Sawmill up on the left.
Yeah, I think that's a biomass heating plant that we've just been past. The encampment. Oh, jeez.
Lastminute.com.
Yeah.
So I think this bit for me is first episode where let's park up and turn the engine off.
Yeah. Where he goes tractoring.
Where he goes tractor shopping, yeah, and he's going. How much has this one got? This one's got 100.
Yeah. I'm guessing these are all from old Farm Sim versions of Farm Sim because there's a lot of old Lizard tractors there.
Yeah.
We've got an nice old Deutz there.
Yeah, there's.
When I saw this, I just thought this was a brilliant addition.
I think it is. I agree. I think, and it's one of those ones that it just brings another. That was in the show, you know, like that sort of the way it's integrated.
Yeah, and it's a nice way of making the map feel a bit more alive.
It is indeed, and I think to have it as the shop is a very clever idea.
The shop spawn point is behind that shed over there. For those that are curious.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, we had to come up there earlier.
Yeah, we did.
I do recall.
I don't know if this shed.
At the workshop.
Oh, there's a Deutz in the workshop.
That's about right.
Oi. Yours is essentially a Deutz, I believe, isn't it?
It is, yes. I think it's reskinned.
Yeah. In reality as well, though, I believe.
Yes. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So, cool. That was a lot of fun.
It was, yes. We tractored.
We tractored. We need to do more tractoring.
We got a lot of tractoring to do. So we will be back very soon with much more tractoring. We will indeed.
See you next time.
Catch you later, mate. Take care.